it's Tams with Life with NNT. Today we are making Spam Musubi. Okay, so Spam Musubi we're making today, main ingredient is Spam. So what we're gonna do to start off by prepping the Spam is that we're gonna cut it into thick slices. My trick is I use the can as a guide to make sure it's cut evenly down the slice. So I typically like to have at least 1/4 of an inch, right babe? That's about 1/4 of the inch thick. And then just guide your knife and cut straight down using the can as a guide. And
let's see.
There you go, cut evenly. Okay, so we went ahead and sliced up the rest of the Spam, and the next thing is to fry the Spam. So I already have a large skillet heated up, probably about medium to high heat. And we don't need to put any oil or any non-stick cooking spray, just because the Spam is already greasy as it is. So you can just go ahead and place your pieces in the pan. So Spam Musubi is one of my favorite childhood snacks or little quick meals. It's very simple to make. You just have to have fried Spam, whether it be leftover Spam or whatnot. And then we'll get into how easy it is to assemble it.
All right, so what are we gonna put in there with it? As they're frying it, what goes in there with it? You said...
So we're gonna cook the Spam, basically fried on both ends, just to make sure it's fully cooked. I usually like to see burn marks on there. That's just more my preference. So after that, once the Spam is fully fried on both sides, I like to kind of put a glaze over it as well. And that's just a mixture of soy sauce and sugar. So once the Spam is fully cooked through, we'll get to that part. Okay, so pretty much this is how I like to have a little burnt crisp on each side of the Spam. Again, that's just my preference. So as soon as both sides are pretty much fried, we're gonna just create some kind of sweet glaze on the Spam. So you would just pour some soy sauce, and then also add about 2 tablespoons of sugar over it, just to create like a sweet glaze over the Spam. Make sure you just turn down the heat a little bit. Try not to burn the sugar on top of it. Again, it's just more of a glaze consistency on your Spam.
That's what gets it the dark brown. That's what I was wondering. I've noticed before it's really dark.
Right.
So it's the actual glaze that's doing that.
Right. So I would just, probably once you see that it's pretty much coated in that glaze on each side of the Spam, go ahead and turn off the heat on the stove so it's less likely to burn the sugar. So you just want to kind of coat it on there. Okay, so our Spam is pretty much ready, so we'll get back to put it together. Okay, so now we are ready to assemble our Spam Musubi. So we got our fried Spam all prepared. You need at least pre-cooked sushi rice. Be sure to check out how to cook perfect rice, our perfect rice video on our channel.
So it needs to be a little bit sticky, correct?
Yes.
So add a little bit of extra water?
Yeah, a little bit, just to make it sticky. We call it this Furikake seasoning. It's a seaweed seasoning with sesame seeds. And you can find this at your local Asian store, Or actually, they may even sell it at Walmart too. I've seen it before. Okay. Then you'll also need your sushi wrapper, your nori wrapper. Any sushi wrapper is good. Again, you can find this at any Asian store, even at Walmart. But my way of putting Spam Musubi together, I already have a Musubi maker. And you can actually find this again in the Asian store. But the fastest way or the easiest way, if you don't have it at your local Asian store, Amazon. You can find this on Amazon as well. So it's basically just a guide in a box to assemble and put the Spam Musubi together. So I'll show you that in just a minute. So the first thing I do is grab a sheet of sushi paper, the seaweed, right? And typically this is kind of too large to roll your Spam Musubi in. So what I do is basically fold it in half, lengthwise. And you can just bend it. And then just take scissors and cut down the seam. And I find it that
is that called hot dog style? You remember from art class in elementary school, hamburger style, hot dog style. Did y'all do that in Guam?
No, sorry.
Hey, if you know what I'm talking about, put it in the comments. Hot dog style. I think that's hot dog style. Long ways, right? I don't know.
Hot dog style, lengthwise.
And somebody knows what I'm talking about on here.
Okay, sure, babe. But anyways, I find it that it perfectly lines up with my Spam Musubi maker. So, okay. So the next step is once we have our sushi wrap pretty much laid out, the first step is to add your rice. So just take pretty much just one good spoonful of rice and then just put it in your Musubi maker. Just add a little bit just to have a good layer of the sushi rice on there. Okay.
All right, let's get a look. All right, so maybe about a little less than halfway.
Yep. Okay, so we want to also then add your furikake on the rice. So you just sprinkle that on. Don't overdo it. It's just more for seasoning than anything, okay? Then the next step is take your Spam and then add that as a layer in your maker, Spam Musubi maker. And then the neat trick with the maker, you would just press down to have the rice and the Spam all evenly pressed on there. And then you can just push through to remove the guide. And look at that. It's perfectly molded.
All right, so show us how we roll this baby.
Okay, so basically because it's already kind of has its little juice, its juices from the Spam, and it is still quite warm or hot. So you just basically fold over the Spam and rice, and voila. Sometimes you will find the thickness of the wrapper can be a little bit small where it's not fully covering the sushi and Spam, but I just prefer it this way. It's just easier. It doesn't fully fall apart, and it's more of a sushi. What do you call it? The new ones, the sushi burritos kind of thing, but with Spam. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you can just continue with the other side. Put your guide there. Repeat the same process. Add about a spoonful of your rice. Just make sure it's a good layer in your guide. Add furikake, just a little bit of it. Take your fried Spam. put a layer on top, fully press down to mold it perfectly, push through, and there you have it. It just makes it easier to assemble if you have this maker. It's not necessary, but it is just easier. And again, you can find it on Amazon.
I guess it'd be harder to get your rice more evenly at the bottom or whatever.
Right, right. So again, you know, it's just as easy. And as the sushi wrapper heats up with the, you know, the rice and the Spam, it will kind of mold together where it will stick kind of like again, a sushi burrito. Okay, so that's pretty much it. We'll get to the tasting now. We'll have Nate taste it and see how he likes it. Okay, so we've made Spam Musubi and now Nate's gonna try it.
All right, let's see if I can do this without making too big of a mess.
How did it taste?
Like Spam and rice and seaweed.
Yep. I mean, again, I grew up on this stuff. One of my favorite quick little snacks or meals. It's also pairs good with ramen noodles. You have ramen noodles too.
Let me know down in the comments if you've ever had it before. Let me know if you want to try it. If you've never made it but you want to try it, just you know, post in the comments, I'm gonna try to make it, or whatever you want to say. Let us know that you want to try it out, and when you do, come back and let us know how it was, what you think about it. Obviously, if you don't like Spam, you're not gonna like it, but she could live off Spam almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
So anyway, I think that's it for us today. You got anything else?
No, that's it.
Good?
Again, if you have any suggestions for other videos that you would like for us to do, please put in the comments below. We greatly appreciate it. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and then also hit that notification bell. Okay, guys?
And we are out.